Good morning, Kipsters, and happy Tuesday. It's my pleasure to be able to present to you our map data for Winter 2016. So let's get started. First off, I'd like to say welcome back. It is a new year, 2017, and oftentimes at the beginning of the year, people set resolutions. To the right, it says the resolution wants to be more awesome, and we agree. There's ways that we can be more awesome. But we really want to set resolutions and intentions based in data and reflect on how we did the previous year. So we'll do that with your map data today. Let's go through a little bit of basics to start off. MAP stands for the measure of academic performance. It is taken on the computer, which you all know because you took it on Chromebooks. It's also adaptive to your independent levels. This we might not have all known, but it means if you're doing well on a test, then your questions get harder. So how many of you have done really well on your test and you're like, why are these questions? I've never even seen these before. Or it also means if you're struggling with a question, it might give you a different question to see where your just right level is. So either way, it's helping to find what your actual level is. It's taken in the fall, winter, and spring. So we have one more opportunity to take MAP in the springtime. And it's used to assess your ACT readiness. ACT readiness means how ready you are to take the ACT test, which is a test that you take before you go into college. Your big goal is growth. Oftentimes people think, oh, I want a certain score, I want to be right here. But our goal for you and your goal for yourself is to grow from the little tree at the beginning to the big tree at the end of the year. I'm going to show you some of the growth data that we have for our school for this last MAP test, and then we'll go over Kipsters who made the most growth in 5th and 6th grade, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. Here's your school data. So right here, if you look at Heritage is in the middle right here. And that shows how many Kipsters are making growth and their growth goals compared to the rest of the Bay Area. As you can see, we have Kipsters meeting their goals, which is awesome. We actually have about 48% of Kipsters meeting their goals, and this is for reading. But there's also growth that we need to do to make sure we can keep up with the rest of our region. The next one is going to be about math. So in math, we're right here, where 51% of our Kipsters are meeting their goal. But we know we can continue to push further so that every Kipster can meet their math goal too. Now, here are, I should have done a drum roll. Here are our top Kipsters across our school who made the most growth from spring to from fall to winter. So think about your fall score and then think about your winter score. Here's the drum roll. Top Kipsters to make growth from fall to winter. For reading, in the 5th grade, I want to congratulate Ryan Tran and Elizabeth Herrera. 6th grade, Brian Tran and Mike DePiano. 7th grade, Oscar Lopez and Gustavo Navarez. And then in math, for 5th grade, we have Michael Nguyen and Brian Tran. 6th grade, Brian Tran and Mike. 7th grade, Kameli Mora and Hong. So congratulations for making the most growth in our school from fall to winter. We're proud of all of you, and we're really excited to celebrate. Now, we're going to dive straight into looking at the score reports that your teachers either passed out already or are going to pass out soon. You will be taking these score reports home today and getting them signed, so please remember to bring them back signed. Your score report will look something like this. It'll show you a graph. This is going to show you your scores from when you started at Kip Heritage until now. And I'm going to teach you how to read it because I know that's a lot of numbers and a big graph. First, at the top, it shows you which test. So normally it has your data and it'll say either mathematics or reading. Then you'll see a graph that shows all these little letters and numbers. Those represent your different tests that you've taken since at Heritage. The first test you took at Heritage will be on your left. So if you're new to Heritage, you should just have maybe a fall score. Or if you just came in, you might only have a winter score. This Kipster starts in winter 2015 and goes to winter 2017. If we look at this score, I'm going to break down what the different bars mean so that you know how to read this with your families and also for yourself. The first bar shows your actual score. So if you look at this Kipster, their score is the first bar and the number is on top. So this Kipster scored a 231. The next score represents our average district score. So our district are the schools that are all around us. So for example, the schools that are down the streets, those are the ones that we're comparing your score to. An average is also known as mean. So it's what most Kipsters got. Then your next score is the average national score. The average national score is you compared to all students across the nation and not just Kipsters. This score helps us see where we should be in that point of the year. So it helps our teachers know how we should continue to push growth and also which Kipsters either need to be closer to the average or are over the average. Obviously, we're looking for your growth, so the average just shows us how you're doing in comparison to the rest of the country. Next, you'll see all your scores to the right. So your graph, if you look at this Kipster, starts in winter 2015. But if you look to the right, it actually shows this Kipster has been with us since fall of 2014. So if you look over here, where it says term and year, the most recent one is on top. And here's what those little letters and numbers mean. WI stands for winter. So when you see WI first, it means winter. Then the number next to it is actually the year. So winter 2017, which is this past winter. It goes all the way to when you started at Heritage. So this Kipster goes to FA 14, which means they started in FA, let me look at my key, fall 2014. The number in bold is the one to focus on. So the next column says grade. That means which grade the Kipster's in. So if they were in 5th grade, 6th grade, or 7th. The next one where it says RIT, which your teachers like to say RIT, those are your scores considering standard deviation. So I know some of you are like, what's standard deviation? We can go over that next time. I do know some Kipsters know based off your comm playlist. But right now I want you to focus on the bolded number in the middle. So this Kipster, if you look at winter 2017, has a 240 bolded in the middle. And to the right, it shows how much growth that Kipster has made, where it says RIT growth, and growth projection are growth goals. So this Kipster already passed their goal. And last, percentile range, it means how you compare with the rest of the nation and what percent you're in compared to the rest of the nation. So that was a lot. Take a breath. And let's continue to move on. So you're probably saying, Miss Dong, so what? Who cares? What matters now is that you're still at the beginning. We're still in our school year. And it's not an end right here, an ending data report. Instead, it's the start. And even if you say, but I started school like 3 years ago, it's never too late to begin your journey to and through college. Your teachers know that the end goal is to get you to and through college. And the way we can monitor that is to look at your MAP scores. So why does this matter now? Is because that no matter where you are in your trajectory or your path at Heritage, you are able to start right here and right now making change towards your growth. So some next steps. In order to make that growth, your goals are to focus on growth in class. So class is where all the learning happens. And oftentimes Kipsters forget that class is where we need to show our most focus, because that's where your teachers have planned lessons based off of the growth they want to see you make on map tests. Next would be use your time wisely during climbing the mountain. I know I've seen when I'm on Hapara, not all Kipsters are always on their calm playlists. So no more light games or whatnot, light puzzles. Make sure you're focused on your calm playlists, because those are made so that you can show growth on map. Then take guided reading and math reading seriously. This is extra time that you get and different lessons that you get based off of your need. So these lessons are not just for us to say, okay, we're going to teach you some more stuff. It's based off the need of what we saw in your map test. And last, talk to your teachers. At the end of the day, we are a team and family. So we're here for you. We're in this together. This is not something that you have to go at alone. That you have your team and family, which includes your family, your teachers, and everybody here at Heritage. So, we believe in your growth, and we know you can do this. So we cannot wait to see your growth on Spring Map. Have a wonderful day. Bye.